That's why when we have the prayer line, the elders and the leadership is up here. It's not about Pastor Houston. It's about everybody on one accord that bam, 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 God does a quicker work. Because when we become one, it doesn't take him long, and it doesn't take him, the hindrances are less when we get on one accord. And it doesn't matter what the motive is of the other people that come to the altar. God will move when we become one. That means I shut me down and I find out what God is saying and then move in that direction in one accord. I don't believe that was God. I don't believe that was right. Who asked you? Whether you believe it was right or wrong, if that's coming down from the head, now if it's totally unscriptural, I can see that. Whatever it is, if it's totally unscriptural, I can see that. But your optional ability to have an opinion doesn't mean anything at that moment. When it's pertaining to us, they, we. Again, when it's pertaining to us, they, we. Your opinion doesn't matter. You put it in the pot, mix it up, and see what we come up with. It's yielded to the combination or to the combustion of what's going on at the time. White don't look white when it's mixed with red, pink, and red ain't red. It's a combination. You see, when you and I understand that, hear me, just simply learning to flow with leadership. Simply learning. You see, the key is this. Get you not to follow the leader will cause what happened, all throughout the history of the Bible, is that God has always channeled from the beginning of time with Adam and Eve. Notice Satan broke order. He broke rank. When did he break rank? Because who did he go to? And who did God tell directly? You see, it has never changed. He will find the gifted, the anointed, the intelligent, and he will ignite them and fuel them to feel that I'm as anointed as, I'm as smart as, and all of those things may be totally true. But God could care less how intellectual, how anointed, and how gifted you are. He's just trying to see if you can follow simple directions. And that goes back to the simple directions of the Word of God. He says, behold, they won. I want you to see, the Trinity was saying, yeah! They both won. It ain't nothing we can do. They got us locked. We can't do nothing. Did you know God couldn't stop what they were doing as long as they were on one accord? Did you know that? That's why he says, go to now, let us see what they're doing so we can see how to reverse what they're doing. So what did he do? The only thing that he could do to separate them was to get them to start speaking against. Oh, y'all got it. Y'all got it. Babel means confused language. I don't understand you no more. I didn't say what you said. I don't understand you no more. You don't make sense to me no more. I see you different than what I have seen. And I've been all this time with you. And now all of a sudden, I see a different person. Remember, language represents character, personality. Notice what he said. He scrambled their language. I don't see Mike like I used to see Mike. I see him different. So now that I see him different, I'm not as apt to work with Mike. And Mike not as apt to work with me because I see him different. And so now I could put up with Mike and I could deal with Mike and I could understand Mike because I don't see him the same way now. I don't care nothing about Mike. Mike just going to have to fend it for himself now. Mike is just going to have to deal with that on his own now. But then Mike got the same attitude about me. He ain't finna punk me out. He ain't finna play me like that. And it happens in the pews, is that we lose sight because there's been a scrambled language. I see you different than what God said about you. And I no longer accept you for being you. I used to deal with you in your struggle. I used to deal with you in your wrestle. I used to deal with you trying to find the perfect will of God for your life. And now I ain't putting up with it. What has happened? The language has been scrambled. It's changed. I no longer see you the way I used to see you. So I can't tolerate you. My patience is short. And I heard God say that this morning. He says, listen, tell warriors it's time to come together. You gave the word. Go beyond lip service. What is he saying? Oh, you're saying all the right things when you're around folk. But the truth of the matter is, you got a problem with me. You got a problem with you. You got a problem with him. You got a problem with her. The truth of the matter is. And so what's happening is that we're thinking because I say the right thing around certain people changes what I really feel about you. And it doesn't. And so he's saying step out beyond the lip service. And let's get back to that place where we had all things common. We know we got the good, the bad, and the ugly in here right now.
Amen.
And we got more ugly and bad than we got good.
Amen.
It's okay. It's a hospital. We got more sick folk than well people in the hospital. It's okay. It's all right. But what are we going to do with it? We're going to learn to help them. Because guess what? I need help. And if